Good morning. Another video from Blind Fortniter. And if you've been watching me any length of time, you'll know that I'm an idiot. So I just recorded a video explaining about my Toxic Players of the Month. And then, when I got done recording the video, I realized that I forgot to turn my mic on. That's attached to my camera. So yeah. Look, in my defense, I've been sick, okay? And I'm an idiot, but... So let's do this all over again, since the first time went so well. So at the end of every month, I'm going to be making a Toxic Player of the Month list. Toxic Players of the Month. I mean, it's not an award, it's just... This will be just a list of toxic players I encounter. And that's kind of misleading because a lot of these people on the list are toxic players that I personally encounter in the game. But some of them will be... I may see someone doing toxic in one of my spectating videos, or I may be spectating someone waiting to jump into another game, and I'll see them doing something toxic. So I'll write their name down. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm, quite frankly, I'm tired of dealing with toxic players, and I'm sure you all are too. And and there may be different reasons why these people are on this list. It could be that they're doing some type of toxic gameplay, such as constantly running people over the car instead of trying to get out and fighting. They may be camping during the whole game, or they may be cheating, like aimbotting. And I do think that the majority of people that I put on the list after personally dealing with them, a lot of them, have put very questionable aim, like they hit shots that shouldn't be hitting. But like I said, it's not just cheating or whatever. It's their toxic gameplay or what have you. It's not every day that I run into toxic people, toxic players. I mean, some days I run into a bunch of toxic players, and there's other days where I don't run into anybody at all. I mean, it's not like I gotta sit. It's not like I got a set quota that I need to match for this whole Toxic Player of the Month thing. Toxic Players of the Month. But, like I said, I'm just tired of dealing with these toxic people. And quite frankly, I have no problem calling these people out on their toxicity, And, and it could even be, and this is very rare example. It could even be where, if I'm like playing in squads or playing with other people, which I don't ever do, except my daughter and my grandson, but like sometimes I'll do like Me Against the World videos where I play, or I'll play against random people, or I'll, actually play against like random fields or whatever, where, and it could be the way they talk on the mic. I mean, which I don't have a mic, but I think I got it set to where I can hear them through the TV. Well, I do have a mic, but that's a different story. But I don't use it, but anyway. These are, like I said, these are toxic players that I either run into personally, and most of them are. Well, a good portion of them are, or they're toxic players that I see, like I said, during my spectating videos, or when I'm, spectating someone waiting to jump into another game. But and this is going to be a list of all the toxic players that I encounter, either personally or not, in a month. And like I said, a lot of these people, it's because their aim is suspect, okay? But it's not just limited to that. It's toxic tactics or what have you. And I'm not doing this because, someone may have beef with me. It's like, no, if I die, I die, it's not a big deal, but it's now, of course, there's one day where I reported someone because they landed right after me and they instantly had a weapon. And they eliminated me, which I don't quite understand. But then when I made the video that I uploaded on Wednesday, well, actually I made two different videos of that, and the first one, as I explained, the camera was out of focus, so I had to redo it. And in both of those videos, maybe someone can tell me, something, but and I didn't mention this in the second video, but in the first video I definitely did, but I just happened to notice as soon as I jumped off the battle bus, I had a weapon in my inventory. I'm like, how does that even work? So I don't know if there's... I don't know if it's like during a certain... If it's during these power hours that happens, I honestly don't know. I mean, let's be honest, I don't really pay attention to the changes so much. I just play the game. I mean, excuse me. But yeah, this is just to make everyone aware of, the people that are doing toxic stuff in Fortnite, which obviously there's a lot of them, but, and I don't sit here and actively go looking for toxic players. I just like to sit here and play the game and hopefully don't run into toxic players, but if I do run into somebody, that's why I'm going to report them. I mean, I was originally planning on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a post at the end of every month, basically, or close to it. It's basically going to be the last Friday of every month, I think. But I'm gonna make just a regular post on YouTube, kind of like what you do on Fortnite, and I'm gonna type out a list of all the types of players' names. And what I was planning on doing was reading those names off in a video too as well. But some of these people have unusual names, or the way they've constructed their names, they have unusual ways they've constructed it to where it's kind of hard to explain. like there's a couple people on the current list, and I'm sure some of you have seen this, where it's like, where it looks like it's a sideways smile, and I don't even know how to even. I don't even know what symbol that would be for. Let me try to. How do I do that? Okay. Well, let's just go somewhere where we can. We'll sit here and we'll just pretend to submit a report. Oh wait. Oh, hang on, I can't do that. Because I need to. Alright. How do I. Actually, hang on. Let's see if I can't figure out how to. No. Trying to see if I can't find the symbol to show you guys. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Okay, yes, we know. So basically, from what I remember, it's like these two dots, and I don't remember what the hell this symbol's called, so sue me. It's basically like that, and then there's the left parentheses, I think this is called. But it's not actually, it's like the, because it looks like the eyes of the face, but they're not, obviously they're not up and down, but they're not completely straight across either. It's like they're tilted, and the mouth part is kind of tilted too. I don't know how to explain that. Let's see. Okay, no, we don't care about all that. Let's see. These are just supposed to be all my friends, I guess. Well, let's go through the... I don't know if I'm going to find the symbol anywhere, to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't even know how to make the symbol. I mean... Oh, okay, so... So you see the symbol at the end of the name there? It's that kind of symbol. Like I said, it's I don't even know how to begin to even make that symbol. And it's not this person, I mean, although I'm sure I blocked this person for a reason, but no, like I said, it's like a weird sideways smile type thing. That way you guys know what I'm talking about, and don't think that I'm just losing my mind, which, hell, I could be, But anyway, that's going to be it for this video, because I think I ran on too long. This is just supposed to be a short video explaining, about my toxic players of the month list, but yeah, like I said, I'm just doing this just to... there are a bunch of toxic players in Fortnite. I know, that's a big news flash, I know, oh my gosh, but... But yeah, just, like I said, I'll be uploading a post, with the names of the toxic players. And, in that list, like I said, I got a couple of people with that weird sideways smiley face symbol. And like I said, I don't even know how to even make that or anything. But if I can't figure out how to make that, I'll just, at the end of the name, I'll just put in parentheses, weird sideways smiley face, I guess. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.